the purpose of HR is to guide that bus, fill the bus, and make sure that while you're on the bus, you may be singing, the song about wheels on the bus.
Hi, it's John Bernatovicz, your host of the HR Like a Boss podcast. Welcome to Season 3. I've embarked on a journey to get to know amazingly awesome HR and business professionals with the hope of finding what it takes to do HR like a boss. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. On today's show, I'm excited to have Sean Fahey. Sean is the CEO of VidCruiter. Sean and I met through a connection on LinkedIn, and I'm super excited, Sean, to have you on the HR Like a Boss podcast.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you having me today.
How would you describe HR's purpose?
I would describe HR's purpose as helping an employee journey from start to finish being retirement in this case, hopefully for everyone. And it's kind of like, in some cases, making sure people comply with the rules, but for the most part, it's there to make sure that people are having fun and that people enjoy work. And as much as possible to help with career progression, salary reviews, it's all about, are you in the right role? Do you have the right skill set? And that starts at the application process, right? Are we finding the right people, putting them in the right roles, making sure that we have the right people on the bus, so to speak? And the purpose of HR is to guide that bus, fill the bus, and make sure that while you're on the bus, you may be singing, the song about wheels on the bus, like if you want to go all the way. But that's kind of the idea of how I feel the HR department is crucial to an organization.
This has been a wild time for recruiting talent in the world, for organizations post-COVID. I know your business has been radically changed as a result of a higher demand for video recruiting and acquiring talent in a quicker, more efficient way while it's really, really hard. And I'm curious about your suggested strategies in this great resignation timeframe that we're in, how organizations can try to find top talent in this global digital economy.
There's a couple different tactics or ideas that I have that I generally share with our clients and other people that we talk to in this space. And there's the first strategy is reducing your time to hire dramatically. So making sure that you have the right person in front of the right hiring manager as fast as possible. And our tool helps do that. There's a lot of tools that help do that, but reducing that time to hire is sort of the key component of, doing a great resignation, or at any point in the normal cycle. There's always a lot of applicants that, especially now, really, that are getting laid off that are really qualified. When organizations fire 30-40% of their staff, they don't really care who they're letting go. And so it's getting those top quality candidates in front of those managers as fast as possible. So making sure that you have the right tools to do that, whether that's through automated scheduling activities, directly syncing the manager's calendar with the candidate. On the retail side, we even do direct to store from apply. So apply to interview on the spot if you have the right filters that match, which we do with our quick apply product, or using a video interview, whether it's a video conference that maybe the recruiter does and records, and then you watch it on your own time, and then can rate it and determine who you want to meet with, or using our pre-recorded sort of on-demand product to watch interviews and scan through all the really good candidates to figure out who you actually want to talk to. There's a lot of different strategies that work for different organizations depending on their challenges, but that's, sort of the nuts and bolts of them are those.
You mentioned challenges. I know, and I know the technology you've developed and continue to iterate is intended around making that experience better. I'm curious, in this, again, global talent acquisition challenge, where a lot of things have gone digital, this idea of pre-COVID, what work was like, and now post-COVID, what work is like, this kind of online experience for that individual candidate to make that positive impression. How do you recommend recruiters improve that process?
Having the right tools. Another aspect that we often recommend is sharing videos from your organization throughout the process that the candidate will be interacting with your team. And maybe not like a video of the CEO, but a video of that person in the same role that they're working in or they will be working in. So whether that's on your career page or a video in your ATS or videos at every stage. So like with our tools, you can add videos. If you just use the reference check product or just the skill test product or just the scheduling tool. And the idea is to have a testimonial. So for example, we have a large insurance company. They got 10 people that are currently working from home, give testimonials of how the organization has helped them adapt to work from home, which you wouldn't really gather unless you were talking to someone. But everyone would see that video as soon as they applied. As soon as they went through another stage, they'd get another video. They'd get little tidbits of like, here's how we're doing for remote hiring. And they'd see videos in people's houses of like what they had done to, they bought me a chair, they set up my internet, they got me this computer that, whatever it is that the organization was doing, it was kind of like a cool sharing. I got a plant, from the company to help the air quality at my house, just these small little details. So having that remote first approach, and then that gives you the ability to hire in other places where, certain centers, it's hard to get candidates to apply for jobs, and then you post a job somewhere else and you get 100 candidates. So being able to tap into different markets also gives organizations a huge advantage. And then having the right remote tools, whether it's, Zoom or just VidCruiter's video conferencing platform, but to enable the managers to have the right tool to make the right decisions is sort of key. And then the pool becomes bigger. So you can hire anywhere now, really.
Final question, same one for every guest, beginning and end. The book is HR Like a Boss. You're on the HR Like a Boss podcast. Sean, tell me how you would describe someone that does HR like a boss.
Someone that's able to push change management within the organization to make sure that every interview is following the best practices for compliance and structure, so that every candidate has the exact same experience, the exact same question set, and the same sort of competency framework for every interview, no matter where it is across the entire organization. That is, and the clients that do that are the ultimate bosses. They can, it's just, everything's running smoothly. So that's the ultimate HR boss.
Sean, I really enjoyed having you on the HR Like a Boss podcast. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the HR Like a Boss podcast. If it resonates with you, please leave a rating or review, or better yet, subscribe and share with a friend. Until next time, let's continue to aspire to do amazingly awesome HR.